going home and just looking at a map of Australia, and I said, I finally got to represent the greatest place in the world.
Pearce is there! What a great play!
If you don't step up to the plate and you can't handle pressure, then State of Origin is not the place to be.
Radonic is racing, looking for support.
To wear the green and gold in the New South Wales jersey, maybe was something special.
It's mate against mate, but still they go out there and give their all.
As Andrew John goes in to score.
Yeah, I remember the first time I played for Australia, I was just bursting with pride.
Inside the Lockyer! Lockyer's over!
Well, it's the toughest competition that the game has.
It was a great feeling to know that you're putting the green and gold on and you played for your country.
Rugby league is a game built on pride. The pride that comes from playing for your supporters, your birthplace, your state, your country. It's called representative football. It's recognition and reward, the greatest honour in the game.
It's a fast, thrilling game from the kick-off.
May the 9th, 2008. Australia and New Zealand meet at the Sydney Cricket Ground in the Centenary Test. Exactly 100 years before, New Zealand won a bruising encounter 11-10. Representative Rugby League was born. The Kangaroos were chosen from the best of New South Wales and Queensland.
The first New South Wales versus Queensland match was played in 1908.
See, a lot of people don't realise New South Wales and Queensland, they've been doing battle for 100 years.
In that first match, New South Wales flogged Queensland, but the league were determined to pursue interstate football.
The success of the new code sparked a national team tour to Great Britain.
For the first tour in 1908, the Kangaroos went away not in green and gold, but in sky blue and maroon. That was to signify the involvement of the two states, New South Wales and Queensland.
The tour was a gamble, backed by a founding father of the Australian game.
J.J. Giltinan was probably the guiding spirit of establishing those first links between Australia and Britain. Giltinan brought the kangaroo and gave the name of the Kangaroos to the first team, but unfortunately the kangaroo didn't live very long. Probably the cold weather in the north of England didn't agree with its constitution.
That tour gave birth to a now forgotten ritual.
Wali, walla, Chumru, Tingle, nah, nah, nah.
Yeah, the war cry. Well, not too many players knew about the war, knew the words of the war cry.
Warang, warang, yalla. Yalla, yalla.
Before the Kangaroos left Sydney, there was a troupe of Aboriginals performing in the city, and they got together with their manager and took some words and actions from the Stradbroke Island Aboriginal community and developed a war cry.
Miara, miara, jaliba kahu, kuiwa, kuiwa, wa, woo. That's as close as I can remember.
The war cry, only ever used overseas.
We were in France one day, and of course the thing, you start off, you go, wali, walla, chumru, tingle, nah, nah, nah. And of course we started off and I started singing, who's the leader of the club that's made for you and me? And no one knew the difference.
The last team to perform was the 1967 Kangaroos.
You love the pride that's associated with it, the national anthem prior to the game, but I don't think there'll be too many guys that we're putting their hand up to say, let's bring the war cry back in at the moment.
The 1908 tour forged a century-long tradition, but it came at a price for the league's founder.
It was one of the worst winters ever. That kept the crowds away, and it also coincided with a strike in the mills, which meant that people didn't have money to go. So the tour ended in a financial failure, and Giltinan was bankrupted by it.
Back in Australia, a defeated Kangaroo team returned with the game in danger of collapse. Salvation arrived in 1909.
The league organised a tour by a New Zealand Maori team to Sydney, and that was incredibly popular with the public. They played an open brand of football that really demonstrated what rugby league could be, and the gate money from that all of a sudden just bankrolled the game. The financial success of the Maori tour really gave the confidence to half the Wallaby squad to defect to rugby league in the months that followed.
The game was back on track. More Kangaroo tours to England evolved into a ritual. The Ashes tour every 4 years. The tours were tough for the Aussie players. Test wins hard to come by.
For the first 30 to 40 years of Ashes Test matches, Britain was the dominant country.
England were so strong because in the 1930s, the 40s, the 50s and the early 60s, it was a very dominant game within the country. Great Britain also concentrated very heavily, because the crowds loved it, on skill. On footballing, on passing, on running, on handling. And you had loose forwards, half-backs, who literally could open up sides just by sheer skill, by thought, by quick action, and by inventiveness. And in contrast, the Australians concentrated, to my mind, wholly on physical force, on big packs, driving down the middle. Not much between the ears, I can tell you.
A wide order, a wide, and it's a try.
By the late 1950s, Great Britain had won twice as many Ashes matches as Australia.
Great Britain produced so many great players, and in all honesty, the Australians, for all the qualities of some of their great players, they were in awe of the British players.
In 1950, Australia won the Ashes series on home soil for the first time in 30 years. After going down in the first test, the Kangaroos fought back, Ron Roberts clinching the decider in appalling conditions at the SCG. The balance began to shift.
It all began in the late 1950s, early 60s, when Great Britain became complacent.
Australia's approach to the game changed.
Ball picked up by Wells. Wells flies for the line, and Wells goes in for Australia.
They really did look at coaching in depth. We ignored it. We thought natural skill, natural ability would lead you through.
In 1959, Great Britain was lucky to beat an underrated Kangaroos side 2-1.
Reg Gasnier, this rapier-like figure, blessed with pure speed. They call him, Puff the Magic Dragon. That was his name, because 1 minute he was there, 1 minute he wasn't there.
Australia was on the rise. 4 years later, they would return to England and make history.
Irvine into the corner. Irvine must be in round the back of the post. He must be for the second try, and Irvine's in.
Who is the funniest person on earth?
Mike Myers.
Yeah, baby. You know I'm funny.
Will Ferrell.
No, damn it. I'm the funniest. I'm funny.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Look, none of you are even that funny. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Roseanne.
Beat it, Rosie. I'm the funny one.
Who will have the last laugh?
Pick me. Pick me.
New 20 to 1 World's Funniest People. Tonight, 6:30 on 9. With Feline, you can see Geelong with 2 adults and up to 4 kids for just $24.80 return.
Authorised by the Victorian Government, Melbourne.
No deposit, no interest, no repayments till 2010 at Harvey Norman now. Now's the time to update, upgrade, upsize. The best of the latest in lounges, dining and outdoor furniture. On no deposit, no interest, no repayments till 2010. 15 months interest free at Harvey Norman now.
We are covered for flood damage.
We're with GIO.
Flood cover wasn't an optional extra, was it? I mean, it wasn't a box we should have ticked but forgot, was it?
No, it's automatically included.
But they don't include flash floods, do they?
Yes, they do. And storms, rising rivers, flooding from dishwashers and hot water systems, burst pipes, tsunamis.
Well, that's a relief.
Switch to GIO Home and Contents Insurance with automatic flood cover. We don't just listen, we do.
Tefal invents Quick Cup, the new system to heat up and filter water in just 3 seconds. Tefal, ideas you can't live without.
Follow me in a dream, find a spell of fantasy. We can spend a while in paradise. And we go up and down, and we go round and round.
New Goulburn Valley Harvest. 5 delicious blends of fruit you've never tasted before. Goulburn Valley brings fruit to life.
Macular degeneration can cause blindness. If you're over 50, you're at risk. Have an eye test and make sure your macula is checked. Early detection is vital. For more information, call 1800 111 709.
Can you really afford not to have private health insurance?
I'm not sure.
Can you afford to risk waiting up to 2 or 3 times longer for elective surgery in a public hospital?
No way.
Can you afford to let someone else choose the doctor who treats you or the hospital you go to? Before you say you can't afford private health insurance, why not find out if you can?
I like the sound of that.
Just go to iSelect and compare, select and save.
Couldn't be easier.
iSelect. Get it right. Do it now.
He's got Kenny with and Kantrich going for his first try on this tour. He's got 15 yards to go. Yes!
In 1982, the Australian Rugby League team wrote themselves into folklore.
Steve Rogers, and a beautiful ball to Kenny. Look at that blistering pace. Boosted outside him, it's a formality.
When they first arrived, people didn't really know what to expect. They thought it'd be a traditional Australian team and it'd be a tight series. Some of the clubs would be able to beat them, hard fought, nothing much in it. What actually happened was completely different.
Now here's a chance for Australia. John Revo going for the line. George Forbes with him, and he's in.
The coach of the team was Frank Stanton. His 2 or 4 years previously, they'd lost the last 2 tests against France. So he went over there and just demanded that this side go and do something that nobody had done before.
There's the strength of the tackle. They could force the ball out of a man.
The Kangaroos played 22 games and won them all.
Oh, what a try!
We had a coach that trained us twice a day. We were far fitter than the opposition players that were playing. They kept trying to put Dad's Army in the test sides and that.
They became known as the Invincibles.
The first match that was played at Boothferry Park at Hull, when they absolutely trounced Great Britain, and everyone was shell-shocked. We've never seen anything quite like it.
The Pommies came out to watch the games, not to expect their side to beat us, just to watch the Australians play.
The 82 side had absolutely everything. I mean, when you had half-backs of the quality of Kenny, Sterling, and Wally Lewis, who couldn't get in the team, don't forget. Put somebody like Mal Meninga in the middle. Eric Groth. Well, you know, you really are talking. A pack up front that was as hard as nails, that had footballers all around it. No, that was the team for me. That, for me, was the best Australian side I have ever seen.
Oh, good long ball.
Judged by the standards of British Rugby League, they were centuries ahead at the time. And that created such a shock in British Rugby League. It's still really trying to recover from that and bring itself onto an equal footing with Australia.
The Invincibles set a daunting benchmark for the 86 Kangaroos.
Right from the very first moment that we landed on the soil, we were told that the Great Britain team were going to be quite capable of beating us. And we knew that we had to live up to winning each and every game. And we did that quite successfully.
Out to Sterling. Sterling away there with a cut-out pass to Lewis. Pops a pass back inside to Miles. Miles looking for support. Gets it away to O'Connor, and he's in for the try.
The team did what many thought was impossible. Like the Invincibles, they were undefeated.
Wally throws a dummy, another dummy, and Lewis has gone under the post. An incredible solo try.
There's nothing better than beating the Poms on English soil. That's for sure, when you get the opportunity to be able to do that.
Another duck by Doug.
23 years earlier, the 1963 Kangaroos also had something to prove.
The 1963 Kangaroos was made up of a nucleus of players from the 1959 Kangaroos. Now, we're only 20 and 21, most of us, when we went over the first time. And, of course, this is 4 years later, 1963, and we went back as men this time. Our bones had hardened up, and we knew what was expected of us, you know. We had players like Gasnier and Irvine, and real good players. Ian Walsh and Hambley, Lynch.
Australia won the first test 28-2. The second is now legendary.
And Langland's must be in. Langland's in for the third try. Safe from to play the ball. And it's a lovely pass.
Australia's 50-12 win was an Ashes record. The game became known as the Swinton Massacre.
And Irvine must go. Irvine must go. It's a debacle.
Even I scored a try, so that's how good it was going, you know.
And Kelly's going on his own, and Kelly's on his own.
Australia won back the Ashes on British soil for the first time in 50 years.
Brisbane's Lang Park, where Great Britain is to begin its challenge for the Rugby League Ashes against Australia in the first test.
In 1970, Great Britain came to Australia and reclaimed the Ashes.
Dummies and runs wide to send Watson charging through an opening and a try beside the post.
The first test in Brisbane was a very tough encounter, a lot of expectations. First tests always are. It was a brutal game.
The Battle of Brisbane was memorable.
The crowd rises to its feet as tempers erupt and punches are thrown in a wild exchange. Watson and Morgan single out from the group, and efforts to calm them fails.
Some of those battles that were taking part on the field was unbelievable, and it was an opportunity for me to understand what national pride was all about and exactly what the players were prepared to do to ensure victory for their team.
Smith's finely timed pass sends Coote through.
We lost the match 37-15, but we won the physical encounter, and it was a very aggressive game.
In the next two tests, Great Britain changed tactics.
Dummying inside, Shoebottom sends Atkinson away for the tourists' fourth try.
We realised we weren't going to win the game by sheer aggression, and we started to open the game out and play a good style of open football.
The Lions won the Ashes 2-1.
If someone had said in 1970 that for the next 35 or 40 years that no English side would beat Australia, I just wouldn't have believed that it would be possible. Looking back all these years now, it was a bigger feat than probably we appreciated at the time.
Rodriguez. Oh, Boyd running magnificently. He's gapped him. It's a try and a half.
Australia has held the Ashes ever since, but many series went down to the wire. In 1990, Great Britain scored a shock win in the first test.
For some reason, we always had a hiccup in the first game. It was always at Wembley for some reason as well. That was a sort of a nemesis. And then we had to fight really hard for the second test just to get over the line.
It looked as though we were going to upset the Aussies and take it 2-0.
Almost no time left in the match. Stewart. Here it comes now to Lindner. We're well into injury time. 40 seconds, in fact. As it comes away to Stewart again. Stewart throws the dummy. Now Ricky Stewart's on his own. He's up to the halfway. He's waiting for Eddie Houghton. He's got support. Eddie Houghton with him. Back it goes to the Houghton again. He gets goal. Oh, what a try.
They had the strength to believe. You know, they came from their own 20 tap and created a tremendous try and turned it about because they never, ever gave in.
Incredibly important set of six. Daly wide. Meninga. Great pickup. Meninga doesn't get a try.
What makes the Australian team so tough to beat was what made it tough to beat Great Britain in the past. You know, those elements of just camaraderie, team spirit, you know, the will to win, you know, the desire.
The special thing about Australia and Great Britain goes back to, whether it be cricket or rugby league, the fact that, you know, for such a long, long time, you know, they'd beaten us so hard. And as soon as we became good enough to turn the tide, we did. And that spark's still in us. We want to get them.
And there's punches being thrown here now. Harrigan's involved.
Australia's still the hotbed. They're still the side to beat. But I think there's a little bit of a change in attitude. We saw that a couple of years ago when New Zealand beat them in the Tri-Nations final at Ellen Road. And that gives both New Zealand and Great Britain hope. And I think England will do very, very well in this World Cup coming at the end of this year.
The 13th World Cup will be held in 2008. Australia and Great Britain are the only countries to have won the trophy. But the tournament was created by the forgotten giants of rugby league.
Tonight, 10:30, it's showtime. Our Aussies are on fire. Watch them take the game to a whole new level. Papua New Guinea face Australia. The Rugby League World Cup tonight, 10:30 on 9.
The world's greatest secret agent is back on DVD.
The name is Smart. Maxwell Smart. Capital S, small m, small a, small r, small t, Smart.
And so is 99.
Good thinking, Max.
The Chief.
Are you absolutely sure he's on our side?
Fang Lee.
Lee Fang.
Fang.
We meet again. Maxwell Smart.
And Siegfried.
There goes my shoe phone again.
From the brilliant minds of Mel Brooks and Buck Henry comes Get Smart. And now you can buy the entire Season 2 of Get Smart for only $69.95.
Would you believe it?
Start your collection now by calling 1300-887-007 to order Season 2 containing 30 full episodes on 7 DVDs. Pay by credit card and you'll also receive the entire first season on 7 DVDs absolutely free. That's 14 DVDs, 60 episodes for only $69.95.
Is that wholesale or retail?
Don't do anything rash.
The old spy in the dog suit trick.
Maxwell Smart, saving the world from evil.
And loving it.
So don't wait. Grab your phone and call today with your credit card and find out how you can get this exclusive collector's box absolutely free.
Amazing.
These DVDs are packed with hours of bonus features, including hilarious bloopers.
Be prepared for surprises.
Start your Get Smart collection now by calling 1300-887-007 to order Season 2 on 7 DVDs for only $69.95. Pay by credit card and you'll also receive the entire Season 1 absolutely free. That's 14 DVDs, 60 episodes for only $69.95. Call 1300-887-007 now. You don't want to miss it.
By that much.
We don't need to have sales.
Our prices are the lowest prices, guaranteed.
Take measure, $9.97. Energy saving globes, $14.75. Folding stools, $6.75 each.
Bunnings Warehouse.
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Get what you want quickly with iPrimus Broadband. For just $32.95 a month, you get great quality high-speed ADSL 2+ broadband with a massive 3 gig of data. Call or visit iprimus.com.au.
A long way from home, new goals for a footy star.
A hell of a lot more meaningful than playing AFL football.
Saving young lives on the roof of the world.
Join me in Nepal for this inspirational story.
6 o'clock Monday in 9 News.
65,000 people at the Sydney Cricket Ground see the American Gridiron Stars play rugby league against Sydney.
In 1953, Australia played host to one of rugby league's minnows.
The Americans add glamour to the rugby game, in more ways than one.
A team of gridiron players grandly named the American All-Stars provided plenty of novelty value.
The All-Stars are seeing stars. They're combining gridiron and league, and for a team with little experience, they're putting on a spectacular show.
But they were no match for a Sydney representative side, losing 52-25.
If Senator McCarthy gets that guy's name, he'll jail him for un-American activity.
Closer to home, rugby league flourished. Papua New Guinea is the only country in the world that claims rugby league as its national sport.
1991 in Papua New Guinea was a real eye-opener. Rugby league is a religion up there, and they just loved us, and they almost loved us to death at times. They just did everything they could to get close to the Aussie contingent that was up there.
People walked 3 days just to get there, not knowing that there was pre-sold tickets to it all and couldn't get in. And obviously they wanted to get in, so they tried to break the fence down, and obviously police were there, big guns and big dogs and things like that, and they had to use tear gas, only because people outside wanted to get in to watch the game, watch the players play. It was frightening, but in the end we were safe because they admire and respect us so much that they'll never harm us.
Roberts dummies, and is it tight? No, it's Bradford now for Australia's 6th try.
I really enjoyed those first couple of test matches there, and they were just brutal. Well, they just got away with anything they like, so what it did to it, you had to earn your stripes, although you knew you were going to win. You had to sort of put your head in a lot of places that wasn't comfortable and cop your knocks, and and that's what made them such great moments for me.
Across the Tasman, the Kiwis love nothing better than bringing down the Aussies.
The equation's quite different when you talk about Australia v New Zealand as opposed to Australia versus Great Britain. They've played 100 matches and Australia has probably won about 80% of the matches.
Pearce, Price, swivel through 1, 2, still going.
Playing against New Zealand is exactly the same as why State of Origin was so successful.
Along the line to Fulton, onto Rogers. Rogers with that incisive pace of his throws the dummy and he's accelerated himself right into the clear.
It's like playing your brothers. New Zealand and Australia, we fought together, and that's why they're always good tests.
Time is running out. 6-4. New Zealand lead Australia.
New Zealand and Australia fought some memorable battles. On the field,
It's going low. The New Zealand coach senses victory. Here's Kalescu giving it back to Lewis. Now to Jack. Jack into clear. Jack has only the fullback to beat. Throws the dummy. Tries to link up with Rebo. Rebo for the corner. Rebo scores. Australia lead.
and on the sidelines.
Dowling's giving him a shove. The fingers are going. They might carry this on in the shower room. Dowling's and it's on again. It's on again. Dowling gave him one tap and he came back, and this is disgusting.
The New Zealand side, 83, 85, were fairly formidable. People like Lulawai and Gary Kemble and Dane O'Hara and Mark Graham, who was a fabulous player, Alson Filippano.
Richie Blackmore, he's only got Hoff to beat. He pops it on the outside of McCracken. McCracken is going to beat them all for a brilliant Kiwi try. What a comeback.
We lost a test match here at Lang Park against them. The Battle of the Blood, basically. I mean, we were knocked around. It was a fairly physical encounter, and something I wasn't used to, and they got the better of us. And same happened to us in 85 when we toured over there. They beat us in the third test quite convincingly.
It's been more than 50 years since New Zealand has won a full test series against Australia. But in 2005, the Kiwis claimed their most famous victory over the Kangaroos in the Tri-Nations final.
It's been a long, long time since Australia have been outplayed at this level, but outplayed they have been.
There's a very good chance that the pendulum might start to swing with all of these Polynesian players, these islanders coming in and reinforcing what New Zealand's got to offer.
Sadly, a once great rivalry has faded away.
The French, in the early 50s, 51 I think it was, they came out here with a stunning side. They threw it about with gay abandon. They were just a beautiful side to watch.
The French beat the Kangaroos in 3 test series in the early 1950s, 2 of them in Australia.
When I grew up as a kid, I always thought that France were as good as England. They used to beat Australia and they used to belt the Poms as well.
You know, France was very competitive up until, 78 tour. I think they beat the Kangaroos on the 78 tour, and they've always been reasonably competitive. I remember playing them in 82. It wasn't any mean feat to beat them. We played an Avignon, and I think we struggled to get on top until late in the game. So they're always formidable, and I think they probably come back a little stronger in the modern game.
French rugby league may be struggling, but it left the game an enduring legacy.
Well, one of the things that France coming into rugby league brought was this huge internationalism. And even in 1935, just 18 months after the game had been established there, the French were talking about, let's have a World Cup.
The countries that played rugby league wanted to promote the game, and they felt that the best way of promoting it was by a competition involving all of the nations, and that's how the World Cup came about.
In 1954, the first World Cup tournament took place in France, and the final was played between France and Great Britain at the Parc des Princes Stadium in Paris. 30,000 people there, and an underdog British side actually took the trophy, much against the run-of play, against expectations. And it was probably the first and only time that the Australians were never in the hunt for the World Cup. So a lot of British fans look back on that with teary eyes and nostalgia.
So it's a great ball back on the inside, and another good try, this time from Harrison Hansen. When they put the ball through the hands, Samoa are devastating.
In 1954, just 4 countries contested the World Cup. In 2008, 10 nations will play in the final. The qualifying rounds saw the emergence of some of rugby league's newest countries.
Ryan McGoldrick for the Tomahawks, the USA on the board.
It's important for the growth of the game. It's important that players are exposed to, different varying levels of performance.
Lebanon show that they're not out of this yet. And
We always keep our fingers crossed, those that are close to the game, that the international game, prospers, and things like the World Cup are really important for that.
The World Cup is a nurturing ground for international rugby league. But the toughest, fastest and most intense representative football competition in the world is right here in Australia. State of Origin.
I have a body with S&M type wounds. Our victim is a submissive who enjoyed pain.
Before I left, you said some things that I tried not to hear.
Does Sarah know you're here? On a brand new episode of CSI, what happens when his first love returns?
If a relationship can't move forward...
At the special time, Monday, 9 o'clock.
It withers.
On 9.
F-Troop all present and accounted for, sir!
For the first time ever, the classic television series F-Troop is available on DVD. Discover how the West was wacky.
What's alive? Now.
As Captain Parmenter
Right! Hey!
and the bubbling men of F-Troop show that in F-Troop, the F stands for fun. Start your collection now by calling 1300-887-007 to order your first DVD, Scourge of the West, containing 5 classic episodes. Pay by credit card and you'll also receive another 5 episodes absolutely free. But that's not all. Call within the next 10 minutes and we'll cut $10 off the price. Pay by credit card and you'll also receive a bonus feature-length DVD free. That's 2 DVDs for only $19.95.
It works perfectly. Me see first. If not good, me sue. Oh, me not sue. Me Hakawi.
So don't wait. Call today.
Me funny.
Then preview other titles in the series. There's no minimum to buy. Cancel anytime.
The honorable name of Parmenter is at stake. You can always change his name.
These DVDs also feature hilarious guest stars.
You going to lead your people in attack on Fort? Not during big end of month sale.
And F-Troop is not available in stores.
Yahoo! Careful now, you'll bend my saber.
Call 1300-887-007 within the next 10 minutes to start your F-Troop DVD collection for only $19.95. Pay by credit card and receive a bonus feature-length DVD absolutely free. That's almost $60 value for only $19.95. Call 1300-887-007 now.
We're in the Army now.
Bob Jane T-Marts has over 40,000 wheels to clear. Everything must go. Get 16-inch Lightning for just $69 or 18-inch from an unbelievable $99. Transform the look of your car. Get 4 of our latest wheels with 4 brand new Bob Jane All-Rounders on your car for just $599 drive away and pay nothing until 2010.
Rugby league began in the city, but to many, its heart and soul lies in the bush.
Country rugby league is really, to me, the grassroots.
The country have produced some fantastic players over the years. It's an enormous nursery for the game, and it's one that we should make sure we always look after and propagate as much as humanly possible.
country football is very important. Country rugby league is still strong because they love the game.
If you look through every side, you'd probably find in excess of 50% of players in each NRL club that are bush bred, whether it be New South Wales or Queensland country.
The countrymen in the dark jerseys maintain a series of swift passing rushes.
The annual New South Wales City versus Country clash dates back to 1911.
Through with a burst, breaks clear, goes for the line for a grand try, and City win.
But the greatest rivalry in the game today is state against state.
One of the proudest things that I've ever done in my life has been representing Queensland.
Incredible scenes at Lang Park.
State of Origin, toughest footy you can play. Tough on your body, it's tough on your mind.
Lang up, danger, danger.
It's mate against mate, but still they go out there and give their all.
Just crowd reaction and crowd noise, and they'd just be booing you or cheering you. And that was one of the amazing experiences about, getting the privilege of playing those games.
State of Origin to me is just the epitome of what rugby league contests are all about. If you don't step up to the plate and you can't handle pressure, then State of Origin is not the place to be.
Gets the pass in field, Lockyer, he'll score!
Well, it's the toughest competition that the game has.
Origins is an institution. Like it's one of those sporting contests that transcends the fact that it's a rugby league game.
There was always that rivalry. There was always that you want to whack it up New South Wales because that's just what you want to do.
It was not just a rugby league game, it was an event.
See, what a lot of people don't realise is that New South Wales and Queensland have played for 100 years. But it got also lopsided with Queensland players being attracted to play for New South Wales clubs.
Radonicus, Ron ready, dummies and sees the gap.
When I grew up, I used to go along to Lang Park with Dad, and in those days we'd see Queensland teams leading, and then all of a sudden New South Wales would come home, they'd score 4 or 5 tries in the last 10 minutes. Absolutely flog us.
A lot of the Queenslanders were playing in the New South Wales competition and they were playing for New South Wales.
In the early days, I was picked to play for New South Wales, so I'd play for New South Wales. It was like sleeping with the enemy.
Arthur Beaton, tackle number 3 and he scores.
Beeson played for us, Rocket Reddy played for us. All them boys played for us.
Ready, Harris for the corner, in.
New South Wales was so strong because they had all these Queensland players playing for them and they were bashing the tripe out of what was left on the other side of the border. And so it became a mismatch and it had to be operated on, and they did.
Now there's a sight to see. Big Harvey in the maroon of Queensland and captain.
Home to wear the maroon of Queensland. State of Origin had arrived.
There's Hamley's first up, and he got a high one right on.
Queensland went out. They were all for a big game. They were pepped out. Their eyes are popping out of their heads like Arthur Beetson I've never seen like that. And he belted.
Now he's got it up to Leach. Leach has got it away to Edge. Edge out to Brendel. It's a try, is it? Yes.
Well, that game there too, there was 2 tries each. Mel Meninga kicked 5 out, or whatever he kicked. They were too good for us on the night, Queensland. And that's where State of Origin was born.
All of a sudden, Arthur Beetson could go back to Queensland. Rod Reddy could go, Gary Bowstead. All of a sudden, we saw this passion in Queensland beating New South Wales.
It's been an absolutely unqualified, outstanding success. And I must say that the people responsible for it in the first place were the former president of the New South Wales and Australian Rugby League, Kevin Humphreys, and the chairman of the Queensland Rugby League, Ron McAuliffe.
Queensland's first up 2010 Origin victory set the tone for the next 4 years.
A step from Meninga and a beautiful pass from Meninga to Brennan. And there it again.
Lewis, a little chip. Oh, it bounces off the upright. And they're in. He splits them all. What a great try. Benny Elias goes in to score under the post.
New South Wales' first series win didn't come until 1985. The captain was Steve Mortimer.
And I was just so passionate and wanted to win so much, and the players could see that, but they could see it themselves too. We were really soulmates. You can ask any player In 85, we was just so strong, it could not break us up.
I remember, cheering Steve Mortimer off the field, and I just, even today, that memory still sends shivers up my spine.
Some of the game's best have starred on the Origin stage, but in its first 12 years, one man stood tall.
Lewis through the gap. Lewis going for the line. He's over. Here's Wally Lewis with a stolen ball now. Lewis makes his way uphill. He's got some pace. Lewis, can he go all the way? Still there. He does wrong. Wally Lewis has gone in.
Well, the greatest player I've played with was Wally Lewis, of course.
Lewis, a top goal. Is there nothing this guy can't do?
As Peter Jackson once said, when you went in the room to play for Queensland, you saw Wally in the corner. You just felt okay. You just felt safe. When the King was playing, everybody knew that we were going to win there, the chance. He'd get you home.
Wally Lewis dominated the game on the field and ignited emotions off the field.
How is it? 10 minutes?
The touch judge was trying to give me a report, and Wally just wouldn't be quiet, so I put him in the bin.
Wally's gone by.
Wally was horrified. You can see the look on his face. He just, couldn't believe I'd be that stupid. I didn't know why until a few minutes later, or a couple of seconds later.
And I'll tell you something, the Cairns are coming onto the field here. This is a nasty moment. Look at this. Where are the Cairns coming on the field?
I instructed the ball boys actually to remove the cans. And what they did, of course, was they picked up the cans, chucked them back into the crowd, which gave them more bloody ammunition to throw at me. So that's 1988.
In 1991, after 31 Origin matches, the King's reign ended.
Incredible scenes at Lang Park.
Walking around that place and just thanking the fans was something that I had to do. They played such an integral part of Queensland's success over the years, and to finally get an opportunity to slowly go around and thank them was something that I'll never ever forget.
Back to Matt Singh and what hands driven into the ground.
The faces and the names change, but the aura and colours of State of Origin remain.
Trying to keep up with memorable moments from State of Origin is almost impossible. Surely to God you're going to miss more than you'll remember.
He's the coolest new crime fighter on television's hottest new show.
Open your eyes. Wanting out of here.
Simon Baker has everyone talking. The Mentalist returns Wednesday, 8:30 on 9.
Did you know that Mitre service cars? Yep, new or old, doesn't matter. They do them all. But guess what? If you've got a new one, lucky you. They'll even do the logbook servicing and it won't muck up your new car warranty. They'll save you heaps.
Up to 30% cheaper than most dealers.
That's right, at any of the Mitre service centres right across Australia. Get serious. Call 13 Mitres today. That's 13 64 32. 13 64 32. You might as well have the best.
A few years ago, I was invited to mentor the Virtual Enterprise program with the students here at Mount Gambier. They were really enthusiastic, wanting to learn, and that enthusiasm rubbed off on me.
We asked Bernie Knight to get involved because he has vast business expertise and he relates really well to young people.
So, Chloe, well done.
When I first started, I didn't know anything about business or running a business, let alone making a profit.
The students learn everything from reception through to accounts payable. It's a real business environment.
After the course, now I have the skills and knowledge that I can use later on in life.
And some of the students have gone on to pursue business studies at university, and that really makes it feel worthwhile for me.
That's the end of my presentation.
This is just one of many programs that McDonald's licensees right throughout Australia are involved in.
One of the really important messages Bernie gives is a future of hope, and I think that's a really powerful message to give young people.
All right, chaps, it's time to give him a prize. Any ideas?
I wonder where he parks.
Let's assume the worst.
He probably parks in dangerous places.
They steal his
hey!
Jack, where do you park your car during the day?
Actually, I usually park in a secure garage at work.
Thanks.
Well, how are we meant to know that?
We don't assume. We ask. Yui,
It's a smarter way of doing car insurance that saves you money. You interested? Go to yui.com.au.
Get into the all-new Jeep Cherokee today for just $39,990 drive away and get a bonus Freedom Pack worth over $3,000.
You can shop around as much as you like, but you'll be back here for the lowest prices.
Storage box $8.98, portable floodlight $9.57, secateurs $2.98.
Bunnings Warehouse.
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Poignant scenes as Adam Gilchrist waves goodbye.
Friday, Gilly's back for a dazzling 2020 event.
Watch my All-Stars take on Australia.
The Emirates All-Star 2020. Friday, 7:30, live on 9.
32 metres out from the line, last tackle. Finch takes the shot. It's got the hole. It's got the leg. I think it's there. Yes, it's there. Brett Finch, the hero.
State of Origin is the quickest game of football that you can referee. They just rip in. And I've done 21 games and they've just been absolutely brilliant, a lot of them. The speed of the game is, if you were saying you're in a mini minor with your foot flat to the floor, that's first grade. Porsche, foot flat to the floor, that is State of Origin.
Darren Lockout, he kicks. Slater picked it up on the onside. Slater down the ground. He kicks again. He'll get there. He's over. He has scored one of the great Origin tries. Goes to Fittler. Fittler goes behind Cooper. He gets on Rooney. Rooney's into the corner.
For almost 30 years, Origin has been about being there for your mate, finding that bit extra in the heat of battle, doing whatever it takes to win the war.
Once you get on that field, hey, there's no love loss. Cheap shots come, it happens.
Here's Pierce. Unloading away to Kenny. Running off him.
8 sideline conversion proved the difference.
He's 3 metres in. He's 20 metres out. Gets it away, no finish. Has won the second State of Origin for New South Wales. Oh, Geyer and Lewis. They're mouthing off at each other.
Just as memorable was the sight of 2 modern-day gladiators going, well, nose to nose.
Wally Lewis and MG were just absolutely hammering each other verbally, and then the physical contact started, and it was just war.
Lewis again says something to Geyer. They push and shove.
Sometimes the wars were fought with fists. Sometimes it was a war of words.
Well, they've come from everywhere like it was almost a rehearsal. Brawls are broken out. Papawati. He might be in his first Origin match, but Barnhill's involved. Well, we've seen plenty of this in Origin. This is one of the best.
Cattle Dog, 1997. Unbelievable.
When the call come on that Cattle Dog was called, it was going to be an all-in brawl.
The scrum packed down, Spud Carroll went off his head, the other front row went off his head. We're into it. But what happened, what went wrong for us, is that Jamie Goddard got with Andrew Johns and hit him with the best right hand you've ever seen and put him on his backside.
So I was in the dressing shed getting stitched up. And I remember just sort of must have been coming to, and I remember the doctor sewing up the lip. And then I could just smell this like Winnie Reds. I've looked up and there's Tommy above me, screaming at me, calling me a weak so-and-so, and told me to get back out there. So got the 27 stitches in the lip and went back out, and I don't think I've put the hands up again out in the field.
Boyd at the 79th minute is tackled. Trailing 12-10.
In State of Origin, the sweetest victory is the one that nobody expects.
Floats the pass for Renoff. Renoff down the touchline. Beats one. Gets it in field. Hancock gets it on. Queensland are coming back. Darren Smith for Lager. Lager gets it away. Here's the big fella. Gets the pass on. Coyne goes for the corner and gets the try. That's not a try. That's a miracle. Queensland are in front now.
Work themselves into a drop kick situation here.
Well, they've been sitting offside, the Queenslanders, but there's no way. I don't think he's given a chance to kick a goal at this stage.
Ettinghausen getting it on the goal.
think the passion that is brought out in players, in spectators, in everybody, even in commentators, it's just unbelievable. You can feel it going through your body. And I'm sure I speak on behalf of all of the players that there is nothing that they would become more passionate about than getting out there in their blue jumper or their maroon jumper and coming home with victory at State of Origin level.
Lang up, danger, danger. Langer's over, is he? Yes! Langer gets a try!
I think Origin has been the greatest thing for rugby league, and as I say, it still lives on after 20 years, and I think it'll still live on for years to come.
So young, so deadly. On 60 Minutes, 2 teenage drivers killed every week.
Within a second, he could be dead.
Now science can tell us why.
They don't believe that speed matters.
And how to save these precious lives. Also, from Iran.
As normal as you and me.
There's a big surprise for Liz Hayes. Inside the axis of evil. And they're drop-dead gorgeous. The new rock stars of Spain. Toyota presents 60 Minutes tonight.
Did you know that Midas service cars? Yep, new or old, doesn't matter. They do them all. But guess what? If you've got a new one, lucky you. They'll even do the logbook servicing and it won't muck up your new car warranty. They'll save you heaps.
Up to 30% cheaper than most dealers.
That's right, at any of the Midas service centres right across Australia. Get serious. Call 13 Midas today. That's 13 64 32. 13 64 32. You might as well have the best.
Why is Paul Zimmel your milk of choice?
It tastes great and it's easy to digest. Zimmel is fresh milk that's lactose-free, gluten-free, and it's made by Paul, so you trust the brand.
I like to have a protein shake every morning, and I want something that's easy on my stomach.
Soy milk in latte just didn't taste very nice.
Doesn't taste good at all.
It's much nicer to have
something that just tastes like milk.
Zimmel has a low-fat or a full cream option. It's a great solution for my family. It's really great to be able to go back and enjoy milk again.
This season, transform the way you see yourself. Max Factor introduced new Miracle Touch Liquid Illusion, our first ever solid to liquid foundation that transforms at a touch for a full, even coverage. Create a more perfect you. Solid to liquid for the ultimate even finish. Create an illusion. Be you. Be beautiful. New Miracle Touch Liquid Illusion Foundation from Max Factor, the makeup of makeup artists.
After Hyundai designed their 2009 models full of extra features, they asked themselves, how could we be more generous? And the answer was offering all those extra features plus a $1,000 gift card at 2008 sale prices. Like Tucson, now from just $23,990 drive away plus a $1,000 gift card. Getz from $13,990 drive away plus a $1,000 gift card. And Sonata from $25,990 plus a $1,000 gift card.
09 models at 08 sale prices. Now that's generous.
Apia presents Max Walker's Wise Move.
Apia's whole reason for being is to insure people who are over 50 and who are not working full-time. Their insurance is full of extras at no extra cost. And now, if you call Apia for an insurance quote, you could win a new Renault Koleos. But hurry, the offer ends this week. So it's a really wise move to give them a call right now.
Call 13 50 50.
Wise move, Apia.
Thurston chips over the top, and the treadle. This is interesting.
In 2008, Australian Rugby League celebrates its centenary. Over 100 years of rugby league, one thing hasn't changed. There's no greater pride than donning the green and gold and playing for Australia.
I can remember going home and just looking at a map of Australia, and I said, I finally got to represent the greatest place in the world.
To wear the green and gold, it was something special to me.
It was a great feeling to know that you're putting the green and gold on and you played for your country.
Rugby league lays claim to a unique quality.
Rugby league gave us a means for us to voice our support for our local community, for our state, for our country, to prove that we could be the best in the world.
The original kangaroo jersey carried the maroon of Queensland and the blue of New South Wales. Now, State of Origin is a true test of the best.
Then for Price, behind Berrigan, the Lockyer, ball goes out, Carmichael Hunt, Greg Inglis.
It's all about passion,
One of the proudest things that I've ever done in my life has been representing Queensland. State of Origin game, there was no doubt about that. It was an opportunity for you to go out there and try and do what you've been attempting to achieve all of your life.
Quickly across the line, Harrison on. Inglis with the big fin from Inglis. Steps over the 40, over the 30, draws the last line, and Darius Boyd will go all the way.
The evolution of modern rugby league was driven by the power of the people.
Rugby league, when it first kicked off, was made for the working class man.
Tempers are fraying. Jackson's gone in, so it's
It's like a soap opera. You have your drama, you have your highs, your lows, your heroes, your villains.
It's always been a tribal game, and people really, really get behind what side they follow.
Part of it is the Australian attitude, you know. You can hate each other on the paddock, and then a minute later you can be mates.
Danny Badeiras timed for a run, and he finds Brett Hodgson. Here they go again. Andrew Johns goes in to score.
Blue collar people really love the game, love the physicality side of it, and love everything it stands for.
Rugby league is now bigger and brighter.
People go on a game on a Sunday afternoon. They got the opportunity to support and yell and scream and barrack for their particular club and their state or for their country, and that's why rugby league is such a great game.
On every level, club, state and international, it's the ultimate game.
Winning a premiership is the ultimate.
The passion.
State of Origin is just magnificent, and playing for Queensland I'm so proud of.
The pride.
Even though Origin is a great spectacle, to play for Australia, to get the jumper and play it on, it's the ultimate.
Born of rebellion, the game has forged a spirit which sustained it for 100 years.
Today, I think it's a fabulous game.
They're good people. Rugby league people are good people.
I think it's the greatest game of all. That's what keeps us surviving.
Australia is now ready to embrace its next century of rugby league.